If you've ever been ridiculed because you don't dress up on Halloween and show up to the office, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, folks. Welcome back. Happy Halloween. I hope that you all are buzzed up on candy, or if you're not, you're going to be tonight. We're going to have some spooky trades going on today. We're going to have my partner here making me look bad. You know how it goes.
Welcome to Benzinga Live Trading.
Let's see if this actually kind of comes back.
Way out of control, got way too high.
All right. Hey, I will take that. I will absolutely take that.
Hello and happy Halloween, folks. Great to see a whole bunch of returning faces. Crimp Biscuit, Richard. Look, Richard, I appreciate you sticking around. I know it was painful, but we're here now. We're at the money time, so don't you worry. Appreciate you. Same with you, X-Sniper. Jonathan, Zippity, Bigabees, AC2000, Thinking About It, Agastemi, Agent Semi, sorry, or Alpha Austin, Let's Talk, Mark, Beach Bum, as always, man, Beach Bum, let's go. Carmen, if you're out there, Market Sniper, Edward, J. Grant, Purgatory Park, Travis Man, Media Horde, Sam. Oh, we got a ton of people. Well, I got a surprise for you here today. I'm going to bring on my co-host, Link. Link, how are you doing here today?
It's Link. Oh, I'm doing just fine. Got my sword because, it's dangerous to go alone. I'm ready to make some trades. How about you?
I mean, you look like you're ready to slay some dragons, open some treasure chests.
Yeah, let's get some treasure.
Loot. Maybe we'll find some treasure at the end of the trade there. So, I'll tell you what. I know you're in Texas. That thing looks extremely warm. I hope that you don't get overheated here on this show.
It's pretty warm right now. I'll admit, it's pretty warm.
I don't doubt it. If you need to do something else, we totally understand.
If it gets too unbearable, I'll change for sure.
We're gonna go full screen for him right now, guys. Do me a favor and smash up the like for my man 13, just out here getting it done. Really, really appreciate it. Okay.
All right. Enough of that.
Here's the thing. If my thought was that if we really did need to start a fight, we can do that. But I feel really bad because I think I'm going to have a distinct advantage when I go for a lightsaber. And here's the other thing, 13. I could do this on the light side, right? I could be loot, but I could really turn it up, and I could also do this on the dark side. So we can have a sword fight. We can have some fun today. It is Halloween. We're gonna focus on making money before we have some fun, though. So let's go ahead and get right to it. I'm gonna bring up the SPY here real quick. So we bounced yesterday, and then we really kind of sold down to the lows. When we had some of the earnings prints in the after hours, those didn't go all that well, and the market kept dripping a little bit more. We actually dipped a little bit in the pre-market today, but so far we're up off the lows. So looking at the price here, or looking at the chart here, one of the things that I'm gonna be looking for: where do we close? All right, where do we close? We are currently right under the trend line and under the 8230 level that we have been discussing for what feels like a couple of weeks now. At this point, do we close under that? Where do we close in relation to the 20-day moving average? Is the 50-day moving average next? So I don't have any positions necessarily on spot. I do kind of want to see where we close today. We'll see what the volume looks like at the end of the day with it being Halloween. And I know we have some earnings here tonight. So 13, what do you think here on the SPY before we dive into the actual movers from today?
Looks like we are going to be opening beneath the 20-day SMA for the first time in a while. So that's a bit of a signal there for me. We've been watching as the 20-day SMA has been getting hammered by the price action going back to the 23rd of October. And really hasn't let up on it since. Now we're actually getting some follow through on that, losing some other levels as well. The previous all-time high of 577 and 71 cents is also getting taken out. Next support I have beneath that is 574.71, another previous all-time high. To your point about the 50-day SMA, got some levels to go through before we get there. There's just a few more previous all-time highs in the way there, but I currently have the 50-day SMA at 568.59. And if we end up getting down there sometime next week. I'd be curious to see how the price interacts with that. It might get some support. It's right at close to a previous all-time high, 568.69. So we'll have to end up seeing if that happens. We're also getting some breakdown out of this rising wedge that the SPY has been trading into since we can call it since about August. So if we start losing that, that's going to be a resolution of a bearish pattern, and that could end up pulling the market down even further. So let's just get some confirmation first. I want to start seeing some closes underneath the 20-day SMA.
Okay. Really good stuff there. One thing that I wanted to highlight here real quick, X-Sniper, did he just grab the lightsaber blade? X-Sniper, you probably didn't see it because the camera quality is not all that great. I actually used the force to hold the without actually touching the blade itself. So this is a really good point though. I do not recommend that you grab lightsabers, grab them by the hilt unless you're efficient with the force. So pro tip there for you. Okay. Let's go ahead and dive into the movers. And then you know what? But regarding this, before we do that, regarding the SPY, we did actually have a data print here today. So we had the jobless claims at 216 versus the 229 estimate. The prior read was 228. So that number was a little light. The core PCE price index here, 0.3 versus the 0.3 estimate. So right in line there. The prior read was 0.2. USA personal spending, that was 0.5 versus the 0.4 estimate. The prior read was 0.3. So this is the data print that we got this morning. I'll be honest, the SPY didn't even really react to it, didn't really seem to care about this print here today. So I think the earnings probably holding more weight than that. But let's check out the movers and we can come back and take a look at any of the stocks that you folks want to take a look at here today. Go ahead and start with, I think, 13, the pre-show fist fight. One of the things that we said is that this seems like there's going to be a lot of ex-girlfriends here again today.
Yep.
So
a lot of those we traded before.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at, and that would actually be really good. I'll take a day where the movers are ones that we're familiar with. That would kind of help. First one here is going to be AMIX. This is ticker AMIX, Autonomix Medical. Autonomix Medical shares are trading higher after the company reported top-line 7-day data results from the first 15 patients, highlighting the significant impact of the treatment of pancreatic cancer pain with maintained pain reduction. A 79% responder rate achieved zero opioid use and a quality of life improvement. I'll tell you what, that headline there sure reads well. We've seen the stock move before. We did have an impulse spike up to $22, retraced about 70% of that move. It does look like we're curling here. Current price $15, VWAP at 1609. I would say that as long as the volume holds in this name here today, we should have some pretty good moves. It's not a $1 stock that's just moving 5, 6, 7, 8 cents. This is, a $16 stock, and our range here today is literally 10 and change to 22. So as far as trading goes, we should be pretty good here. 13, what do you got on this one?
Yeah, so top line results from the first 15 patients. Of course, like you said, that reads well. The company does have 670,000 shares in the float, almost 671,000. They did a 1-for-20 reverse split last Friday, the 25th. So they are trying to regain compliance in some capacity here. They do have 2 quarters of cash. I imagine they'll have to raise some more money at some point soon, seeing how this is just the first 15 patients that they're reporting results from. I don't even know what stage of the testing that they're in or the part of their trials, but I would imagine that's probably either going to be one of the first phases of the trial. So lots of expenses ahead for that company that they'll have to raise cash for, but I don't know when that's going to happen, and they have a couple of quarters of it runway right now, so they probably won't have to raise it soon, but it is coming at some point.
Okay, good stuff there. Jay Rice. Someone tell Jay that the show started and that one of us is already in the costume. I don't think Jay is live yet, to be quite honest with you. We'll see here. Spiro Bill saying, I'm a little confused by the term ex-girlfriend. For me, I tend to avoid them. Used to love them, don't anymore. Well, you kind of answered some of that. We're talking about we're talking about things that are going to be short term. I guess that's kind of where the ex-girlfriend part
Yeah,
comes
don't get
from,
married
but
to these things.
yeah, but that's basically the genesis of it. Don't get married to it. And you know, that comes, just to be clear that we're not being disrespectful, that comes from the old adage that's been around the stock market for ages: don't marry the stock, trade it, don't marry it. And that's kind of where we're going here. So there you go, Bill. Hopefully that helps. All right.
Big B's dated the right girls.
It's when they come around, they're bringing gifts. Big B's. We have an early comment of the day here today. Really, not even 9 o'clock in the morning here in Chicago, and Big B's out here dropping fire. So, okay, amazing. First one here, Amex. I'm going to keep moving on here. Next is going to be PLBY. It's funny that we were just having a discussion about ex-girlfriends, and now we're talking about Playboy Group, but that's just how the world works here. PLBY Group shares are trading higher after announcing Byborg Enterprise SA made an equity investment in the company. 14.9 million shares were purchased at $150 per unit. Stock is currently at $112. So here we go. We had a nice little spike here, regressed some of that impulse move, just set new highs. Looks like we're finding some resistance here at 115.13. What do you think here, PLBY?
I think this is a pretty extended. So I don't know how much more upside we'll get in this. It probably could go push up to 150, since that's where this this number of shares was bought at. That's entirely possible. I think we already may have hit that already. Nope, not yet. So the thing that worries me is just how extended the daily chart is. If it goes to 150, that'd probably be, if I was in this and it goes to 150, I'd probably just be done with it for now. I don't know what the price action is going to be following that 150 print, but when I look at the RSI and it's right on the edge of 78, I tend to not want to hang around in something like that for too long, because it's likely due to come back in.
Okay, real good stuff there, Playboy. This has got about 54 million shares in the float. We're way over the average volume. Was this shorted? Yeah, this has a decent short interest, 6.5% of its float short, 23 days to cover. That's just because of the low average volume. With the volume we're trading today, maybe we can squeeze here, but there definitely seems to be enough trading here today. Okay, next here on the list is going to be AVTE, and I guess we just started with the short interest here, about 6% of the float shorted and 3 days to cover. But AVTE, this is Aerovate Therapeutics. Aerovate Therapeutics shares are trading. Oh, come on. You gave me the wrong chart. What am I supposed to do with that? Here we go. Aerovate Therapeutics shares are trading higher after the company announced an all-stock transaction merger agreement with Jade Bioscience. So this one's done. No trade here. It looks like this is just kind of flagging right at the buyout price. I didn't actually go through this one earlier. Was there a price for this? All-stock merger. All-stock merger with Jade Biosciences. Don't see it. So I don't know if there's going to be a trade here, 13. Do you?
I didn't cover this one, so I just moved on, because there's a bunch of other things that are still providing opportunities. So
yeah, we'll see if this changes, but this is a buy it. I don't think there's anything here. 13, I think you're right.
This stock.
What?
Roblox.
This, I'm just going to let you, you know what? I'm not even. Roblox. This Roblox shares trading higher after the company reported better than expected Q3 financial results and reported year-over-year increase in daily active users and hour engaged. 13, take it away. What's the deal here with Roblox?
Oh, okay. So I guess there's more pedophiles on this now. Great. The thing that bothers me the most about this company is that it has not turned a profit. It loses millions every quarter. I don't want. It's great for trading, great for swings, great for intraday trading, but this isn't a company I'm really interested in for the long term. It just, the fundamentals just don't look great to me. So I don't want to have anything to do with this.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. You can see here what we've done trading wise. Like here, let me actually go to my other daily chart here real quick. RBLX. If we zoom out here, you can see what this looks like on the pop. So pretty bullish here. We'll see if there's a trade to be had here on Roblox, but this not one of my favorites. Definitely a significant move here. I'd actually be curious to know how the chat is looking to trade this one, and not if you're already in it. I mean, if you're already in it and you're booking gains, that makes a lot of sense. But are you trading this here today? Like, are we trading this to the short side? Are we looking for a pullback here? What, in fact, what are we looking at here?
You're looking at a higher guidance, I guess, with this company. So that's one of the reasons why it's moving up higher. But still, the EPS on this, they're still losing money. I mean, you look at their balance, their income statement. There's another $205 million that they lost in net income. I don't really. I mean, it's great they have revenue. I understand that, but I just don't see the appeal here. They've been losing money every quarter ever since they IPO'd. I don't get it, but that's just me. And I don't like the whole platform that could potentially hurt children as well. That's not for me.
Yeah, totally understand that. Anyway, that's what's going on here with Roblox. Let's keep moving. Next one here is going to be TNON. This is Tanan Medical. This actually popped in the after hours, dripped a little bit here in the pre-market, then popped again, this time to new highs. Did have some news here on Tanan Medical again, and this came out last night. Tanan Medical shares are trading higher after the company highlighted data from its initial clinical cases of its catamaran SCSI joint fusion system. Stock here, one of the reasons that this is appealing here is stock's holding 21% higher here the next day. So it's not just reacting to a PR here today. It's actually held overnight. We'll see what happens when the market actually opens here. TNON, this is one that we have definitely traded before. Reminder here, stock under 500K in the float. On average, it trades 2 million shares. Today, it's traded 14 million. 13, what do you think on TNON here today?
Well, yeah, you just said it. This is a former ex-girlfriend that we've traded before. Provided some really good trades. They'd had a reverse split earlier this year in September. It was a 1-for-8. We've already traded that. They actually just had some news earlier this week about regaining compliance. So right within that theme we've been on for a while here. I think what we're going to want to watch for it as if we're still going to get some upside movement out of this. Looks like the earliest level that I have here would probably be about 435, and after that, so that's just above VWAP. So you have VWAP 435 and then 475, which is the pre-market high. After that, I'd have to defer to some of these other levels that I've also had appear previously, which are they're up in the 7s. But if we start trading over the pre-market high, then we can worry about that. First, we need to see this get back to VWAP.
Okay. Good stuff there. We'll see if we can do that here. We shall see. Next here is going to be Peloton, who reported earnings here. Peloton Interactive shares trading higher after the company reported better than expected Q1 sales. Stock moved from about $6.50 up towards $8.50. We are holding the VWAP right now. Conference calls ongoing. We've had recent news on Peloton that they're going to do a bike sale at Costco, which I think, like we discussed this before, that I think the hope here for the company is that leads to more subscriptions, which is where the high margin is. There's not a lot of margin on that bike, especially if they're selling it at Costco. That runs from November 15th through February. So none of that is in here yet. Maybe some of the sentiment from that has been priced in, but none of the numbers are priced in here. Nonetheless, reporting earnings here, and this is popping. What do you think here on Peloton? Is now the time?
Oh gosh, I don't know. This is still one that I'm nervous about. I didn't get hammered in this one like I know that some other folks may have when it started dropping and getting all those bad headlines about the child death and other suits. So for me, this isn't something I'm really interested in getting into. It might provide some day trades, but I think the last time I looked, the float was a little bit bigger than I'd like it to be. Let me see here. Let's double check.
It's bigger. Yeah.
318 million shares. That's just a little heavy for me. I think we might, as I always say, we'll probably get some of these little pops here and there throughout the day, but ultimately I think the float's is going to, be so heavy that it slowly leaks lower.
Okay, real quick here. Lion Atlas, completely agree with this. Peloton fighting for its life at this point. I will say, though, Lion, stocks that have been fighting for their lives, they have provided trades for us before. There's, we should at least see if it's going to provide another one here. Aura Alpha, really quickly. Captain Faloona. Captain, my cat. I'll take that. I'll take that here today. I don't think I've ever been called Captain, but appreciate that. Can you get the PMP boys to match your chart watermark? It's breaking my eyes. Just to be clear here, Their charts are breaking your eyes, right? Not mine, not the really crispy watermark in the center of the chart that makes it visible to all you guys. That's not what's breaking your eyes, correct? As far as first of all, I appreciate this comment. I will share this with the show's team, but we're going to be realistic here right now. First of all, Joel's been trading for a lot longer than I have. He has more experience than I do, and he is locked into his platform and his charts, and me going to him saying, hey, I think you should change the way you do things probably isn't going to go over well. So I don't think I'm going to have much luck with Joel, but I will try that with Aaron. He uses Pro. I know watermark here is extremely easy and extremely helpful. I will do that, and I appreciate the feedback. Just want to joke about that a little bit.
AJ, we did talk about AMIX top line results from first 15 patients, 670,000 shares in the float, 1 for 20 reverse split last week, and has 2 quarters of cash.
Chris, joining the show from mid game on the bench. Chris, I hope your last shift or shifts are productive. Run through those checks and finish strong. Okay.
We're watching Slapshot trades with Christopher Anthony.
I mean, look, hockey mentions will always get you bonus points in my book. I don't know what to say about that. Okay. Next here, EVGN. This is Evogene. Evogene shares trading higher after the company announced a collaboration with Google Cloud to pioneer a generative AI foundation model for novel small molecule design. You can see this popped as high as 5, came all the way back into 284. 13, one of the things that I think has really kind of reared its head here. I feel like a few months ago, we would have some of these smaller junky companies, PR, some type of AI, PR, collaboration with NVIDIA. It'd send the stock popping. Now we're starting to proliferate that a little bit. Here we go. We get a PR here. Google Cloud, pioneer generative AI, yada, yada, yada. The market is less than impressed with this. Okay. We popped and it sold it off. We'll see if there's another trade to be had here. But the one thing that I wanted to convey to our group here, we talk a lot about risk management and safety here. Some of these AI PRs will drive a stock and will make it a hot trade of the day, and we'll do our best to try and trade those, but it's not just a across the board thing. Here's an example of a PR that probably looked pretty juicy. It came out, and if you chase this or bought the impulse move, you're probably crying right now because this thing came all the way back. So another reason why we kind of wait some of these things out, maybe not as active in the pre-market or wait out some of the opening print. We'll try and be patient here. This one, again, almost a complete regression of that impulse move here. Real quick, this stock, 5.34 million shares in the float on average, trades 30,000 shares a day. Today, before the market even opens, we're at 10 million. Short interest is negligible on this one. Didn't see any insider information, and they lose cash every quarter, and they have about 2 quarters worth of cash runway. I don't think that sounds all that great. 13, what do you got here? Ticker EVGN, Evogene.
They also did a 1 for 10 reverse split back on July 25th. So they were also trying to regain compliance. But hey, when you read this PR, they hit all the buzzwords, didn't they?
Yeah, they sure did.
I think
right.
I think what we're seeing in a lot of these names this morning, where we see this big initial move, and we've already covered some that have had this big initial move, and then they've almost come back completely in. I think that's more the sign of the way the market sentiment is. Ever since we started getting those big Mag 7 earnings, like we had Google, we had Meta last night, we had Meta, and we had Microsoft last night as well. Those didn't have the greatest reaction, even though they were beats on both those companies. It seems like that's kind of going to be the sentiment for the time being. Things might not hold up. They're not going to pop and hold. They're going to pop and drop. I'd expect that's what we could see. All these names that we're seeing run this morning, they could all end up being losers by the closing bell today. So I think that's something to be careful for. We're seeing some pretty significant market weakness today.
Okay. Really good stuff there. EVGN is just using Google Cloud services. So that's kind of WebCoin. I kind of got the same thing here. I know that they're trying to make it sound better than it actually is, I guess is the overarching point that I'm trying to make here. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. We've got someone that thinks you're the Green Lantern and not Link. So
Green Lantern?
Okay, there we go. I know we're close to opening here. I did want to mention a couple of other stocks. CPSH, this popped in the after hours on earnings. It's a little bit lower here today. We'll see if that moves. Mobileye, same deal here. Earnings, more analyst estimates popping. This thing's been really, really beat down, so maybe this runs. Comcast, there was some news about, I know that they reported earnings, but there was also some news about them splitting off their TV. Yeah, here we go. Explores forming a new company of cable networks. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Given the way cable TV, especially news, is going, this is very, very unsurprising. Stock here up almost 7% on the back of that news. Also, again, there were a lot of earnings. We can't cover them all, but also DJT up here. This has been a wild trader for us recently. I know JD Vance recently did a Rogan podcast. It's almost 4 hours. I think that's supposed to get released tomorrow, either today or tomorrow.
And we're about to open. Here we are.
And we're open. So forget it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the action. I know that there were a lot of earnings like Root. So if we want to go over those during the session here, we can do that.
I have a few more I can cover real quick. While we wait for this opening print to do its thing. AVDL was one I was looking at. They just had a U.S. court rule in favor of the FDA, which was on their side. So AVDL got a court ruling. 12.1% of the float short at 15.64 days to cover, has 1 to 2 quarters of cash. They run a float of 84 million. Band BAD had earnings, raised their guidance. They have a float of 21.89 million. And then sorry?
Band BAND?
BAND, that one.
Okay.
And then the last one I was looking at was ATEC. They also had earnings, raised their guidance. They have 113 million shares in the float, but their short interest is 10.62% with 6 days to cover.
Okay. Good stuff there. 13. eFish, this is one that we traded recently, just a penny stock. AVTE, this was on our list, higher out of the open here. Also wanted to highlight that don't see it anymore. Anyway, Lynn and Randy, you had said that the 5-minute rule is generally a good rule right out of the open. I completely agree with that. I completely agree.
Looking like that's the earliest one to start putting in some green. Looking at some of these other ones we looked at, AMX, kind of figuring out what it wants to do. Still hasn't recaptured BWAP. Band, the one I just mentioned, that one's dropping like a rock. AVDL kind of sideways out of the open. Let's see here. Let me go bring AMX up. AMX, oh, that's the one we just talked about.
Yeah. Let's see. Root here. So here was another one. Look at Root just ripping out of the open here. This is one that we have talked about a long time. Didn't really trade this one, but man, oh man, look at Root popping here on earnings. What do you got here on Root?
They had a huge EPS beat. That's why they're and they were also heavily shorted. So this is squeezing as a result. But that whole EPS, if you look at what their EPS expectations were and what they actually printed, massive beat. So it's really tearing on that.
Sure is, and it's actually taking another leg up here, at least so far.
CDOT saying ASPI was going. You were saying this one's going to go to 9.
Yeah, this was one from yesterday, right? So this is a little bit higher, but and actually, so the good news here, this took out its pre-market range to the upside.
Yep.
That's definitely helpful.
Yeah, it looks like there could be a bit of resistance somewhere between 760 and 770. But if we can chew through that, then we might have a better time of moving all the way up to where CDOT was saying this is going to go. We'll see if that ends up happening. But for now, looking good out of the gate.
Hey, you should feel good about this. Amanda this morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Amanda.
I was hoping she's
ready
like this.
To get some rupees.
Yep.
Indeed. So we've had Green Arrow, Green Lantern, and now
Gumby. Gumby was the best one.
Gumby? We had a Gumby one.
Where's my pokey horse at?
Okay. Well, we're ready to roll here. We are ready to roll. Okay, ASPI, that's where we kind of left off. Peloton up near those pre-market highs. Let's see if that goes. AVTE getting mentioned here. This at the top of the list is continuing to go 3. Looks like the spot here. Actually, let me, that reminds me.
Yeah, that one put in a 305 looks like pre-market high, trying to get back above there right now. See a bunch of sell orders in the wave making that happen.
Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Looks like AMIX is really trying to break over VWAP here. Just be careful, folks, if we don't get that breakout.
It's trying.
Yeah, certainly trying to move there. Kermit's another good one too. Kermit the Frog here.
The best Kermit. Okay, so real talk here. The best Kermit the Frog is Pablo Francisco's impression of Kermit the Frog when he does the drug deal with Tony Montana and Kermit the Frog. I don't know if I've laughed that hard, probably ever. That was one of the most epic things I ever saw. You just reminded me about that fun little fact right there. Giddy up.
Daniel Torres mentioning AT&T. This is getting a pop here. Let me see what
that's just ticker T, isn't it?
That's just ticker T. Launches an industry-first single-box solution for seamless fiber and 5G integration, offering reliable connectivity with automatic failover for business networks. That sounds pretty nice.
A big pop here. Well, how's their dividend doing, by the way?
Well, they haven't done anything with it, I believe, since they cut it back in 22.
Yeah, well,
but the yield is still pretty attractive.
Yeah, it's still 5%. So this used to be higher, you're saying?
A lot higher.
2022. Yeah, it used to be like 7, almost 10%. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Root is flying here. Was anyone trading? Do I do this? Good morning. Stay
Ray.
focused. It's good to see you. 13 couldn't make it today. So instead we have Link from Legend of Zelda.
Or Gumby. Or Kermit.
Well, whatever you call it, I can promise you that we're having fun.
Whatever you feel I need to identify as. That's kind of a whole thing these days, apparently.
Stay focused. Saw someone buy 2 million shares on the close. 2 million of SPY on the close. Seems like a pretty huge order. Amex, by the way, still flirting with that VWAP, just under 16.
Yeah, the Daniel Torres, they had to cut that. They had to cut that in half because they were really hurting from the real bad business decisions they were making over, picking up DirecTV and Warner Brothers and trying to get into to be a media conglomerate like Disney. And that didn't work out for them. So they decided, we're going to go back to being a telecoms company.
The 2 million share buy at the close was 4T. Stay focused.
Nice.
Boy, what sharp little eyes you have, to quote James Bond movie. Thunderball. If anyone can tell me what the next line is after that, I'd be impressed. I might be the only one here that knows that, though.
Yeah, it's not going to be me.
Yep. Okay. Got the option scanner working here.
So I really like that setup for AT&T. It looks like it was bull flagging ahead of this news, and the high to take out would be 22.58. That was the high put in on the 23rd, so last week.
AVTE here. This actually might be getting ready to roll.
Edward mentioning QNCX.
I think this AVTE might make a move at 3.
What is QNCX
about? Fairchild. He did it.
What happened?
The quote from Domino in the movie Thunderball was, "My, what sharp little eyes you have." And Sean Connery responds, "Wait till you get to my teeth," when she can't hear it. Fairchild got that. Amazing. Amanda, close, but Fairchild still got you. By the way, AVTE, here comes your 3 test. Literally, as we're making a joke about James Bond, here it comes. Let's see if we break 3 and go higher.
Yes.
Pull back off it. We'll see if we do it the next time around.
On that QNCX, this is moving because they got coverage and initiated coverage by Rodman and Renshaw with a buy rating and a price target of 11.
Rodman and Renshaw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not Crenshaw, right? It's Renshaw.
There is no C in front
Okay.
of that Renshaw.
Okay. 3 test here, AVTE. Guys, I just kind of watching the action here. I got to think this goes through. Long in this, playing this for a 3 break. Come on. Break 3. Just pop above. We'll just sell into the strength. That's the goal. Actually brought in a bid there, 293. Here we go. We're going to test 3 again. This is going to be the 3rd test of 3. We'll see if this has got the strength to go through it. And they're pulling it back. Not yet. Smoke Tuna mentioning ATEC. I'll come back to AVT still in this. If this breaks through the view app and snaps 280, I'll stop out.
305 is the 65 EMA on the daily. So that's kind of right where it went to pre-market. And that's probably where it's going to have to, it's obviously where it's got the breakthrough, but that's some pretty stiff resistance. Maybe not in that visit up there, but potentially the next one.
Here you go on T. Stay focused. You're mentioning a breakdown from the level 13 mentioned. I'll be honest, a lot's going on here. I forgot what level you mentioned, 13. It did look like it traded up to that 2237 and came back in.
Also, ATVE, if we do break over 305, I have 346 as the next EMA.
Wow. Okay.
So there's another target for you up there.
AVTE. AVTE.
All right. So AVDL continuing to get hammered. This might find some support somewhere in the 14 handle. Not exactly sure where. It could be 1475, could be 1495.
Which one is this?
14,
sorry,
could be 1440. This is AVDL.
AVDL. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Tenon, the first 10 minutes resulted in just a bunch of upper shadows. So still not able to recapture VWAP yet. If it can't do it in this current candle, I think we might end up losing the 200 EMA, which means we go beneath 380.
Tenon here for me. This move, did we really need to get to the view app? We've actually seen this breakdown. This is actually still flashing some weakness from earlier in the pre-market.
Oh, your VWAP's up there. See, for me, it's been trying to close above VWAP and getting rejected.
Gotcha.
So I think it kind of still applies for both of us. We're still seeing something that's, we need to have happen. We need to get that VWAP.
Yep.
AMIX, this is halted to the downside after rejected at VWAP because it could not recapture it.
Oh, that's a big pull. We'll see. We will see on AMIX. Not good. Relly, this is up.
Did you win, Christopher?
ASPI is continuing to move here. Remember where this came from. We were talking about trading this in the high 8s and 9s yesterday. Not even back to 8 yet. Yo, if Chris played hockey in the morning, he won. Jay mentioning booking this. So BKNG, this is a stock. I've never traded this stock just because of how effing expensive it is. Jay, do you trade this, or do you, as you're kind of mentioning here, do you use this as a barometer for some of these other stocks like Carnival, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, United, Delta? Do you actually trade this name, or do you just kind of watch it?
I wonder.
We did win 11-3. Let's go, Chris.
Nice. I wonder if DJT is actually trying to bull flag here. Just kind of curious. It's losing VWAP, might be VWAP anyway, but now it's starting to recapture it. I'm just kind of curious and kind of speaking out loud. It looks like DJT might try to go for 45 this morning. Trade this.
It does love that 45 number. All jokes aside.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Yeah. Jay, in reference to my booking question, ticker BKNG, no, it's too wide to use it as a guide. See, that's the same boat that I'm in. I can't seem to do it. Okay, appreciate that though. Appreciate that. Amex, by the way, is open now. Oh gosh, the bloodbath continues. You know what though? So just trying to be optimistic here. It might get some support down here in the what, 13-ish. I know it's at 14 right now. Might get some support if it goes. Actually, it's bouncing right here. Bouncing right here. Glenn, Is this a Fibbo? I know you're big on the fib levels. Is this fib level for DJT 4562? Is that what you're saying here? That sounds about right.
I believe it is.
You'll just love to see it. Amex is actually bouncing here, folks.
Yeah, still needs to get that VWAP though. And TNON with another rejection and another set of upper. Well, this candle hasn't quite closed yet. We have less than a minute, but man, when I look at this 5-minute chart and I see these 3 candles in a row with those ugly looking upper shadows, you know that that's not something you probably want to be in right now.
Yeah, it's still beneath the VWAP there. Let's take a look at some of the. Yeah, what?
ASPI.
What?
ASPI still pushing higher.
It's going for that 8. Going for that. Let's go. See.
It's slow moving, but it's still making it. It just needs some time. It looks like band might be finding a bottom. We'll have to wait and see if that's what happens here. No position in that one. And then I think we're going to see it here with TNON. I think we're going to get the, and there it is. It's all we had to look at, folks. Just look at how this was trading. Those upper shadows told you the whole tail.
You get the breakdown?
We're getting it now.
Yep, you're getting it right now.
That is one thing that has worked pretty consistently. You see those upper shadows over, at least 3 5-minute candles. Doesn't look too good.
Imran Khan. Yes. Hey guys, I'm new here. Do you have a learning video on how to do day trading? I'd love to learn and do this with you guys. So we don't have a specific video. You know what? Now that I think about that, 13, maybe that's something we could collaborate on. Just some kind of basic beginner trading videos, charts and all that stuff. I'm thinking out loud here. We don't, but here's what I would say. First of all, Benzinga has a suite of products that can help you if you're looking to kind of dive in that way. If you're really kind of trying to do this on the cheap and you're trying to not spend a whole lot of money, and which is why you're here on YouTube, I'll say this: there are plenty of good YouTube videos. At 13, would you agree? Have you used YouTube for training on trading and technical analysis? Have you had success with that?
YouTube is how I found Benzinga Pro.
There we go. Okay. Well, mic drop right there. But no, I would say definitely use YouTube. The one thing, the reason I'm kind of waffling here is because there's not one right way to do it. And if I tell you this is the way to do it and then it doesn't work for you, then I look like a charlatan. And that's not what we're trying to do here. So what I would say is start building some fundamentals. You can do it with YouTube. If you want more guidance, you can reach out to our onboarding team. They'll find a product here at Benzinga that they can help get you on. But you are welcome no matter what your experience every single morning here. A lot of the other chatters have said this. If you stick around and you come back, you'll probably pick things up on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Good question, though. I think a series of YouTube shorts would be awesome. What is your shadow? What is shadow? What is float, etc.? Yeah. We could refer people to them. Yeah. So this is Amanda, clearly somebody that has worked in the tech industry before. This is a quality thing. 13, even if you don't have the capacity to do that, I can probably lift that task.
Like just a whole series of YouTube shorts that cover like one thing about technical analysis or fundamentals.
Yeah, and you know what we can probably do too is we could probably shoot 1 or 2 videos and then chop it up and have a whole bunch of content like that. And it can be watched and referred to in a way where someone doesn't have to spend 20 or 30 minutes at a time. Really good suggestion. We're thinking out loud. I'll try to get back to the market here. Piton, Playboy, by the way. Playboy going for that 110. We'll see if it breaks that. Piton also got mentioned here. That is just kind of right at the VWAP. AVDL, this was another one. That might be curling here. What's going on with Microsoft? Microsoft had earnings.
Microsoft had earnings. They are, well, I think at first they hold on a second. Let me bring up the chart. The earnings were pretty good, but I think there's just a lot of profit taking because the election is approaching, and folks that were in this that want to get out or at least take some profit, they needed the liquidity, and this provided it for them.
Yeah.
So I think that's that's probably the bigger reason why you're seeing this go down. And these are also, they were pretty extended. The Mag 7
Yeah, the other thing from the report that wasn't that great is the Azure Intelligent Cloud growth. The guidance there was poor, and as a result, that's kind of some of the forward-looking statements, and that brought Microsoft down here again. By the way, just in order to answer your, so it's not. So you said they even beat EPS. Well, Ja, it's not all about that. That's the whole thing. That's one of the things that we're trying to communicate here, and in fact, there's often more levers that affect that. Hate to do it, but if you have Benzinga Pro, you're going to have a ton of that news, and you're going to be able to stay on top of that in real time. Just saying. James, you out there? We got Double D out there. If Double D's out there, I'm sure he can find you a deal right now. Anyway, let me keep rolling.
In my personal opinion, I still think that Microsoft could see 500 later next year. So that's just what I think.
There you go. And you know what? What's our high here? Our high was almost 470 this year. So a hold and maybe a curl back to top. Absolutely. By the way, Carvana, this also reported earnings here. This higher in the after hours and actually going up after the profit takers stepped in.
Remember, what was CBNA on?
Earnings.
Because remember, they have that partnership and stake in Root as well. So
that's right. I forgot about that, 13.
So there's a little bit of a relationship there. If one of them is moving pretty well, the other has a tendency to do that as well.
I might just apologize in advance right now. Your suggestion to put some of these Zelda sounds on the soundboard were awesome, and I may overuse them. So I'm just saying, if that happens, I'm sorry. I love all you.
Oh, no problem. AVXL.
Ooh, Lacey. Look at Lacey on a volume pop. Did anything happen here, Lacey?
Well, this is lithium.
Yeah, but 8:30. Yeah, no. Okay, so this is just from this morning. This Glencore relationship. By the way, what is Glencore's ticker? Why is it not on here? Does anyone remember Glencore's ticker?
It should be
GL.
in the news.
It's got to be one of these. It's got to be GLNCY. No, because I think it's not a U.S. company.
Okay, then
Glen. It used to be, I believe. Yeah, I think it used to be Glen. Anyway, that's what's going on there. Root. We're going to get 100 prints here on Root.
Well, we're not getting in DJTs at 45. This thing's going lower.
That turnaround. We got a trade set up there. Let me go to that here. Sorry, I didn't have that. Okay, so we actually broke that intraday low here. So you'd need another level, probably right here. I call it 39.21. Maybe in there. Playboy strong. Am I back in high school? But so we'll see if this can actually take out the 115. That's going to be here we go. You guys, you got the timing on this. Let's see if this breaks. I'm going to be impressed with you. There. Okay, broke by 1 cent and they're going to pull it. Shenanigans. BKYI setup, that was a recent one.
How's energy doing today?
Low volume here.
Looks like it. XLE having a good day. Rotation out of tech. Energy strong.
Yeah, actually, so here you go. The energy panel here of my S&P heat map, pretty much all green. The tech one here, all red. Just a couple of names in the green here. GoDaddy, didn't they report earnings? Cognizant.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, so just some of the earnings winners buoying this sector here, but man, yeah.
Yeah, I thought GoDaddy was going to turn bearish. They were looking like they were double topping, but for some reason this continues to go up. Even the people that use this company that are looking at the stock going, why? Energy,
Utes, and even consumer staples here. Did Altria report earnings? They're up 5.5%. Those look to be your leading sectors here today, just by eyeballing it. Okay, let's go back to the day trading workspace.
So we talked about how SMCI that news could end up
Uh,
unraveling the whole.
Sorry to interrupt. I asked if Root was going to get 100 prints and went right to 101. So Root, just an absolute monster day. Stock up 145% right now.
What's it you?
Just unreal.
Yeah, but SMCI, this company, we already covered this from yesterday, but we were talking about how this has the potential to take down the entire semi space because if they're hiding something about that, and I believe it's related to export controls, that could be damning for a lot of companies that are involved, and NVIDIA could be involved in that. Maybe some other semi names. So just something to be cautious about. This thing is just getting absolutely hammered, and I'm curious to see what we're going to find out once we get the real scoop on why they're not why they're fudging the numbers.
Amanda, am I the only one that thinks with Playboy moving today, STI running yesterday, that IDAI will be running soon? Is there a tramp stamp joke in there? Am I missing something? These are all, well, IDAI, tramp stamp here at Penny Stock. Yeah, I think that there's a joke in there. I hope that I'm not butchering it for you, Amanda, but maybe.
DJT halted to the downside.
Look out below. Watch the 36 level from the after hours yesterday on DJT once that opens.
I'm getting a question about why Playboy dropped.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch that one. I'm not going to touch that one. I like my job. Carvana, the dip after the earnings rip here, or excuse me, the dip after the earnings rip, getting bought back up. Would love to see this break above 255. Reddit continuing higher somehow.
Yeah, I think with this Playboy, that initial IPO just kind of was moving on momentum, because that's during the time when everything was ripping. There was lots of stimulus, and then when the party finally was over, it was over for this one as well, because I don't think that made any fundamental sense for the price to be at that.
IP International Paper, big move here after earnings. Jane Smith, looks like you crushed Amex here. I did 2 trades in Amex and I'm done. Jane Smith. Oh,
all right.
I had the wrong bank on there because I was been so excited. But here's your register ring.
Yeah, it looks like Amex is at a spot where it might try to turn around here. Couldn't. Trying to put in a reversal candle, so we'll see if that resolves. 1527 is where the VWAP is on my chart.
Amex here actually lost that pre-market low.
All right, lots of things looking weak still. ASPI, that's pulling.
RGC region sell bias. So this spiked. It was halted again. Did we have news on this one? No, I didn't see anything here. Interesting.
What's interesting is how NRDS has been having a couple, 2 good days after that initial open yesterday. In this one, this is one of the ones we were talking about trading. It did well for the rest of the day. Just slowly ground up. Now we're higher, almost at 16, where there appears to be a pretty large wall of sell orders. Don't know what's going to happen if we get past that, but we could see a bit of a run if we take those sellers out.
Hey, look at Playboy breaking that 115 pre-market double top with some authority here. Volume continued to expand. 130. What was the high print there? 136. Called it early. Playboy strong. Smoke tuna, he knows.
Yeah, I saw that Lunar was down as well. What do we have here? Looks like there may have been a seller But this still is waiting for some more news. Also, this is pretty heavily shorted as well. Seeing that the short interest in this is 52.6%. I'm not in this right now. Just waiting for it to go lower. So this is fine for me. I'm just wanting to get it at a good price. Now let's see if I can identify where exactly I'd be willing to pick this up, because that trade that I was doing was is already over. What's up?
While you're doing that, DJT resumed, started to bounce here. Might not be done. We'll see. I kind of no trade for me here on DJT. I don't feel great about this. It is trying to bounce here out of that halt, though.
Yeah, so Lunar could go back down to 7, and it might get support there. That's right, where the 50-day SMA is.
ATEC really going. ATEC really going. Reddit continuing to go here. 120. My goodness.
Wow.
My goodness.
That's going to come in pretty hard.
Yeah, I agree. At some point.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're going to call it the go touch grass trade too when it does. And
maybe it's one of those election stocks. It's not that it's tied to the election, but it just comes in when the election happens, or right before it happens, or after. I just don't understand why we're up here. It doesn't make sense to be up here. Okay, but it is a meme stonk, so it can do whatever it wants. Well,
okay. Sorry, got distracted there again. AMIX may be curling here. AMIX. Jonathan, is there DJT news? No, that's just trading on the back and forth there.
Yeah.
Jay bringing us arguably the most important update here of the day. Mullen with an all-time low. I shouldn't even joke, but it's just, I mean, I got criticized so much online by people I don't know about Mullen. It's hard for me not to take victory laps, honestly. Especially if I got Jay Rice as my victory lap partner. I mean, come on.
Watching to see if DJT provides any support at 35.16. That was the low from this morning.
Yeah, that's why I said that bounce that it was trying to do there didn't look strong at all. VCNX halt, that's halted to the upside. Kind of low volume here on VCNX.
If DJT keeps going down, the next support level I have after that 30 lower that I just took out, it's going to be 33.41.
33.41. That's going to be right in here. That's going to be like this consolidation area. Also looks like this was the bottom of one of those. I think you're right on that. It was right in here.
And gosh, just so many of those we were talking about this morning. It's not looking great. Just a very, very seldom few of or very small few of them are doing
Martin is asking, do we like you guys like and long energy plays? Man, I think you're asking if we like a long energy play.
Any long energy plays. I think
I don't have any. That's a good question. I don't have any long energy plays at the moment. I guess iPower, that doesn't really count though. I'm trying to think. I don't really have anything in the energy sector. Oh, NEP. Next Era Energy.
Yeah,
but that's mostly because the dividend is just ridiculous.
Yeah, got NEP, got ENB.
You have ENB. Oh, that's right. Enbridge. That's right. That's right. Sorry, I should have just gone with you.
Got XLE. Double check what else I have.
Jay Walker letting you know that you have all the long energy. I love how much you guys came to have fun today. Oh, sorry, I missed this. Ari stock market. Look at Cort, please. CORT is not one that I look at.
That's Corset Therapy. Yeah, I remember that one. We traded.
Okay. Got amazing results, up on guidance, sold off pre-market, now going back. So we got it. You're trying to figure out what's going on here. In order to do that, I think you're going to need to go through the actual PR here. This is not one that I follow, so sorry I don't have any inside track. If you do, 13, I'd love to hear it. Positive results from a phase 3 gradient trial in patients with Cushing syndrome and provides corporate update. Don't they generally need a bunch of cash after the phase 3?
That depends on how they are going to market it and bring it to market. They could partner with somebody that has that capacity,
Okay.
so that and there might be some kind of deal they make where some of the proceeds goes to that company since they're going to be putting up the money to bring it to market, or yes, they would have to raise cash.
I mean, they're cash flow positive and they have cash on the balance sheet. Forward PE here 25. There's got to be something in here, doesn't there?
This company makes money.
Yeah, and they
need
upped
to raise
their
money.
guidance too.
I don't think they need to raise cash then.
Yeah, that's strong revenue and future plans.
Really high short interest and high days to cover though.
There's got to be something in this report. Not one that I follow, so I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
What is it exactly?
He wants to know why this is trading down when they had good earnings and raised guidance. And it's not as if they're struggling for cash here. I mean, to be honest with you, it's almost back to even. It's down 5% here.
I would say it's probably just profit taking. Look at how much it's run all year. That's
a move in numbers. This is kind of a reset.
If you look at like a longer time frame, like a weekly or monthly chart, that thing's parabolic. So yeah, I think that this is profit taking, and because the news is so good, it's getting support from the 50-day SMA.
So really quickly here, DJT is indeed halted to the downside. Couple of things to take away from this, though. It actually did try to bounce here pretty well, 34.90 up to 36 and change. So almost a full 2-point bounce. The sellers, the reason that it's halted is because right off the bounce, it got sold to some new lows. So there's a seller in this here today. I can't tell you if they're done or not. There's been multiple 1, 2, 3 bounce attempts. All have been met with some selling here. 30. What was the number again? 33.16 you had on DJT as the support level?
33.41.
33.41. So we're $1 away from that.
Yep. So we'll see if we get that. I have
faulting idea or criteria would be another. Amanda's got the ideas here today. Amanda, I got to ask you, what kind of candy do you have in your candy dish? Because all of the other suggestions here have been amazing, and I've got her pegged as being the G in the neighborhood that has the full-size candy bars, the 2 Reese's peanut butter cups, the full-size Snickers. That's the vibe Amanda's throwing off right now.
Yeah, that'll get me every time, the full-size Snickers.
I'm telling you, man. I used to, when I was a kid, I used to make a map. I mean, it was a very crude map of all of the houses around me that would do full-size candy bars, and me and my buddies would just assault those houses. Multiple costumes, multiple full-size. I mean, it was awesome.
Anyway. I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. That's the way. That's when a plan comes together, man.
Oh man, we had a system that was a long time ago before parents really had to like go out there and make sure everything was okay. Neighborhoods were safe. People weren't putting a bunch of crap in the candy dish. It was a good time.
We're almost at that spot that I was looking at for Playboy. Remember, I was in the pre-market. I was talking about how if I was trading this, I'd be out at 150 if it gets there. I still think that's the level I'd be watching for. Maybe I think somebody said 155. Daniel Akindu. I'm sorry, I'm probably going to mispronounce your name. Akindende. I don't know if that's correct or not, but anyway, 155 potentially a spot as well. I see that we got that high from January 10th, so 155 possibly as well. But I think because I want to make sure that if I was going to be trading this, that I'd want to get out. I don't know that I'd be going necessarily for the exact top at 155. You still might be able to get it, but for me, I'd be out at 150. That's just the way I would trade it. Looking like we're getting some upper shadows in Playboy as well. So might get some weakness here.
We have to go to the burbs to trick or treat because so you're in. That's right. You're in that really awesome spot where you don't have neighbors. So jealous. Where we go, though, there's a flash mob, hot dogs, s'mores, haunted houses, and fireworks. Yeah, you do know where to go. That is a good Halloween. AVTE, smoke tunas all over this. This is curling here. Do we get another, or excuse me, not another. Do we get a move back to the VWAP here? AVTE 282. Let's see if we can actually break that. We were trying to break 3 earlier. Suppose it's possible that this makes it all the way back.
Saw that we were getting a mention for Viking Therapeutics.
VKTX, let's do it.
I want to remind everybody that this has a catalyst event coming up the first weekend of November. Not this one where we have the 1st, but the 6th. There's a obesity week event. I believe it's in San Antonio, and JP Morgan cited that as a catalyst event because I believe that Viking Therapeutics is going to be there talking about their drug or providing some results. But that's the November 6th is the last day you can get into that because it happens over the weekend. Here we go. Actually, there's the headline that we're.
I got it right here. Obesity Week 2024 is being held November 3rd through the 6th in San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah. So that's and they're gonna talk about their phase 1 results. So that's likely going to be something that you want to consider if you're trading VKTX.
Jay also mentioning that they have some other drugs in the pipeline similar. Is that Madrigal, MDGL? I have to, let me look that up so I don't, because that's going to bother me. MDGL. It is Madrigal. Should have just trusted my gut. Jay, do you think we're going to get more about that? And probably maybe, are these weight drugs? Because I guess the only thing at that conference is going to be the obesity related stuff. It's a replay game of Obesity Week right after Halloween, which is a good idea. Dr. Manred, I don't think it's so much of a celebration as it is an attempt to try and help those struggling with it. Obesity Week. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I suppose you could, if the drug helps people, you could celebrate that. That's a celebration. People healthier, that's a celebration.
Yeah, I don't mean it's Obesity Week, and as in that's a day that we need to take off from work and celebrate obesity. That's not what that is at all.
Okay, I'm glad we cleared that one up.
Yes, honestly. Me too.
Jeez. Root, by the way, has no chill today, folks. Root, bro, I know you had mentioned this earlier, and I was even thinking to myself, I was like, wouldn't this be crazy if this was just ramped like crazy and during the show? And sure enough, here we are.
I mean, when you beat EPS like that, sure.
182%.
The market was expecting a loss, EPS loss of 98 cents. They beat it by $1.35. That's massive.
Yeah, that is massive. Big beat there. Big beat there.
Unskinny. Thank you, Crow. Thank you. Unskinny.
PC stuff has gone too far, folks. Crow's running it through the finish line there. SPY did pull here. 572 now. And
Playboy, those upper shadows were not lying. We are getting support from VWAP at the moment, but we do not want to lose that if we're hoping for 150. If we lose VWAP, I'd be looking at 115 for the next level of support. That was where the pre-market highs were pushing up to. So that could be a resistance turn support level.
We'll see here. It looks like a lot of people were booking some gains on Playboy.
Well done.
Boom.
SPY back to 560 next week. Yeah, gosh, I think that's just going to depend on the result of the election. And to be fair, we might not get those results for quite some time. That process could be drawn out. Either side is going to raise the issue about why they didn't win. I totally expect that. Could end up going to the Supreme Court if it's very, very close. We will know congressional results earlier, though. And if it looks like Congress is going to be mixed, then I think that's going to lessen the expectations for whoever is going to be president, as they'll have to be forced to work on a bipartisan manner. Yeah, SMC. The only way VA could look better is with SMCI. That's a great one.
Man, I just booked 600 on Meta. Let's print, folks. Cash register ring it is. All right, we're running Lab. It's a new ticker here.
Lab, just Lab.
LAB.
They had earnings yesterday. And did they guide? Yes. So this is moving off of lifted guidance. The guidance that they was estimated to be at. This is for fiscal year 2024. It was estimated to be at 171 and 19, and they are guiding as high as 175. So that's giving us a lift.
Lab setup here pretty decent. So this was a little bit of a pullback right to that VWAP and made some new highs.
Well, the SQQQs are doing pretty good. Nothing but green on that chart.
Uh-oh. The register ring wasn't good enough. Needs Link to do something here. You got to do work today, 13. Sorry, boss.
Okay, there it is. There's the sword. Where's my my little chest?
I just played it.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Sorry.
Did anyone else hear it? Oh no! Did I mess this up?
Oh, Ryan takes a look at that.
Here.
Just looking around. There it is.
There we go. There we go. It's better than the $600 you got. Y'all are crazy.
Yeah, and it likely is going to Lion Atlas. I mean, that was just absolutely terrible to have the independent auditor get pushed out like that. Well, I mean, they said that they resigned, but they got pushed out. Governance and transparency issues. Very, very nice way of saying they got pushed out.
Boom. Playboy really the only thing holding up here. New highs right there. Amix, that really hasn't bounced. Jane, great job on Amix earlier and then staying away from it. That was really smart. This is Carvana. See, actually Carvana going for a potential breakout here, but I was trying to click on Peloton. Let me take a look and see what that chart looks like. Here we go. Peloton.
Nice. Nice work, Lion. All right, what else we getting here? We getting anything to turn around yet?
Don't see much.
There was
moving up, moving higher here.
So Playboy got support from VWAP after all. Pushed
DJT
up to
bouncing
140. Still not at 150 yet, but that's where I'd be out if I was trading this. And not sure what it's going to do after 150. There's still a whole day left. It could go higher, but for the purpose of the trade, I'd be out there. What's going on? Oh, yeah. So DJT is trying to turn around here.
Yep,
And
sure
maybe that comes
support.
Maybe that comes back to VWAP. That's what that could do. First has to run through.
Playboy's going to your 150 right now, 13.
Oh, cool. Let's bring that up.
oh, cool.
Okay. All right, no problem. Sure.
That's funny.
Do you, Playboy? And AVTE still sideways. Haven't recaptured VWAP. ASPI, that's trying to come back up to VWAP. Yeah, that one had a big pull about 25 minutes ago.
Yeah, sure did. Still below VWAP there.
Mm-hmm. AVDL still trying to make its way back up to VWAP. Has a lot of EMAs to run through. Not sure, and the volume doesn't look great in that one either.
AVTE tried to make a move to VWAP, couldn't quite break it, but might not be done as it's not really breaking down. Peabody Energy, whoever was asking about energy, coal going higher here.
Coal going higher, huh?
Well, BTU.
Did they say? Oh, it's financial results. Okay.
Earnings. Amex, that's still not doing anything. God, a lot of this stuff is just kind of junk.
Yeah, it looks like we're starting to get some basing in some of these. I'm seeing bandwidth is trying to base. That might need some time. Tnon trying to turn around. That needs more time. That's about it. I mean, some of these others have been going sideways for a while now. ATRC, that one is trying to, it's back above my view. I'm trying to get it to 35. Very low volume.
NVIDIA here going lower. Market holding lower here. I'm wondering if we're going to get one of those bounces where the buyers just step in. Actually, it looks like NASDAQ futures trading higher right now. Yeah, Q's bouncing here a little bit. I'm wondering if the buy the dippers step in here yet today. It looks like they're trying right now. See if we can get a reversal here.
Well, let's see. Where did we put a low in at? Right into this kind of consolidation area between two previous all-time highs. Those two being 572.88 and 572.10. That's where we got that support at, and now it's turning around. So I guess the next spot would be to see if we can get a recapture of 574.71. But man, this is a not the greatest looking move for the SPY here. This is that rising wedge.
We've been waiting for a down move though. Like, am I really going to be upset about that? I'm not going to be.
Well, like we've said with like we've been talking about with some of these down moves that come after a consolidation period, you can see that every time that we've done that, going back to let's say July, every time that drop happens, it's not, it gets bought back up days later. And then, in the next week or so, we're back to those highs, if not higher. So need to see if that's what's going to happen. The election may change the course of SPY. So,
Ari, stock market.
Do
you hear the registering?
I didn't hear that. No.
This is crazy. It's like it worked yesterday and now it's not working.
That was I mean,
this is a great trade though. Yeah. All soundboard things aside, Court, this is a great trade. Not one that I follow, Ari's, but awesome stuff. Awesome stuff.
Had a really nice bounce off that 50-day SMA. It's almost right back to start now. All right. What's still good here?
Yeah, Jaywalker, it controls all of the sound. My mixer is like my sound hub, and all of the other sound is working. So all of the plugs are in. Yeah, for sure they are.
How'd Playboy end up doing? That one pulled a little bit, it looks like. Went to 146 and came back in. Still holding above VWAP. Might still print that 150, but I look at the this price ladder here, and this thing has got all kinds of sellers in the way of this. Between here and 150.
We have some significant resistance, don't we? See, that's working, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So it's definitely not that. It has to do something with the sounds. Just need Aaron Thomas's help.
Piton is the trade. Piton having a good day. Coming up to some consolidation.
24%. This actually might be a possible breakout of 850. Piton.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, this thing is really squeezing too. All right, here's Playboy. Might get that 150 print here. Need a little more volume than this to get up there. There we go. Give us 150, and then I can look at something else. Also, ASPI trying to make its way over VWAP as we speak. MACD on that is also curling up, so maybe we get oh, it just pulled beneath VWAP. Needs to recapture and hold above VWAP ASPI, and then we can look towards the highs of the day, maybe even 8.
Nice. I tried to recapture VWAP there. Really need to hold above it.
Mm-hmm. AVTE. Lots of things going sideways right now. QNCE also sideways.
Lemonade, LMND, big move here, 32%. Gosh, some of these moves after earnings just gigantic.
And we could see a lot of these gigantic moves in these non-semi names that are reporting earnings. Yes. Waiting for some things to happen here. I'm just
look at, by the way, Roblox here tried to pull off that high that we talked about in the pre-market, bought back, but it's actually a lower high here. Wonder if that turns around.
AT&T still holding above VWAP, but it's looking like it might roll over. I'm just kind of cycling through some of these. They're just, they're just being quiet right now. Lots of quietness in the market. We getting a turnaround from DJT? Yes or no? Looks like it might be trying to.
Higher low off that bounce spot too.
All right.
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking here on X to see if we're missing anything. I don't think we are, honestly.
Spoke to saying SHPH got a offering yesterday. It did looks like it did dip a little bit, but not very much. Let's take a look at a better chart here. And because so it looks like they had news. They had like phase 2 news, I think, and then they did the offering and that pulled it in, but it got support from the 50-day SMA, and now we're moving higher. So I think the devil might be in the details on those offerings, but they might have been at the market. I don't know, but it wasn't enough to pull it down.
AMSC, big move here off the VWAP. That was SHPH you were talking about, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Max N. This actually had a nice little move up off a volume pop there. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Mike.
I don't know if that's what's going to happen intraday with AT&T, Daniel, but that news isn't bad at all, and it looks like we're still trading above this. We started a triple top in this thing this whole month, and we broke out of that last week, and we're still holding above it. So for me, I think taking out or starting to trade above 22.58 and taking that out, that would be the level to watch for, I think. But if we do that, it's gonna go through 22.80. Like
watching Nvidia here. If this breaks this candle, I might try a short down to the day low here on Nvidia. Okay, we'll try this. We're gonna try shorting today.
Okay,
do it small just in case this rips in my face.
But if we do get a breakout of 22.80, I think that 23.20 might be the spot that it initially runs to. Don't know what we could drop from after that. AT&T could go back to 30 at some point. This might take some time.
Lots of selling in AMD just now. Yeah, watching SPY at the lows here. NASDAQ still kind of rolling over. Check AMD here. The AMD, so just that VWAP looks like it's kind of stopping it here on both of these. Nvidia sure looks like this wants to challenge lower again. See if we get it. Just trying something here. KPTI.
Looks like T-Non's trying to come back now.
T-Non, this is the sub 500 float, right? Like it's really, yeah, 498K in the float there. EVGN getting mentioned by Tuna. Tuna's just all business. Tuna, there's no Halloween holiday where you're at, right? Like, forget the candy. I'm going to get money out of this market.
Yes, Amanda. I think that's what a lot of folks are doing.
Absolutely. I think that's why you've seen a slowdown in the market too.
Yeah. Market doesn't like uncertainty, and I think with how I guess the polls that have you believe that their candidates are pretty close, that's going to create uncertainty.
I want to play Monday. I want to position. I want to try some overnight trade for the election. Haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet, though. NVIDIA, I tell you what, this sure looks like this wants to break and kind of go lower.
Okay, I think this might be the push here with Playboy. If we don't get it here, I don't know
here.
if we're going to get it.
Yeah, I probably will do DJT, but I definitely won't go all in, Cade Father.
Oh wow, Carmen,
definitely won't do that.
Okay, thank you for that headline. Ford halting production of the F-150 Lightning, that the electric one. That must be where their costs are coming from. Ford to suspend F-150 Lightning production from mid-November to early January.
Ford popping on that now.
Probably because that's where all the costs are coming from. Yay, we get to hang on to our money. Yeah, so I think that's what we're getting there. So let's see if that does them well. So I'm not getting that move in Playboy yet.
Playboy here struggling with 140. I mean, it could easily do that, but seems like it's struggling with 140. Stay focused, mentioning that Google may be breaking down.
Yeah, hey, that's a really good suggestion, Tom B. That's funny too.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's interesting to me. Replay Game Lab. Toyota's conviction to fuel cell and hydrogen is kind of like the Japanese energy economy in general is kind of trying to push that direction, isn't it? Very interesting. Oh, look at this! Getting a little pop here with AT&T, looking to take out 2237. That's the intraday high. 2250 has a big wall there. There's also some a bunch of sell orders in the way between here and 2240. And still waiting for some of these to turn around. Well, some are starting to turn around.
All right. AJ's asking, are you out of Nike short? Yes, actually. We spoke about this yesterday in happy hour. Pretty disappointed with how I traded Nike here, because my thesis had this going down 75 to 77. That's where we're printing now, but I got shaken out on Nike. So I did book this for $1. I was looking more for $10 though, and I didn't get it. And I didn't re-enter the short. That was really what the problem was. So I'm out of it. I ended up working.
And I think that if you had a short or puts, that today might be the day you'd want to bank that as well. There could be a bounce coming. 75 is also a level that I had, coming down to pretty considerable support. Also, the RSI on the daily chart is 27.5. I think that those are some pretty good indicators that we might get a short-term bounce before going lower in Nike. What do you think about Meta here for long?
Bring Meta up here.
Excuse me. I feel like I would want to temper my expectations. We kind of did get a triple top in this thing, and even though the earnings were good, they did mention a big glaring red mark on their earnings having to do with CapEx. That's got folks nervous. Now I don't know about going here for long. I really feel like this thing is super extended, especially since the end of November of 22. This thing has just had a massive run. As a matter of fact, in those 2 years, or almost 2 years now, this has gone up 620%. For me, no, I would not want to buy Meta up here. I personally do not believe that would be a good idea. I will admit I could be completely wrong about that. Dip buyers have come in here and take this thing up even higher. I would prefer to exercise caution. This thing has had a massive run, and I don't think the earnings results showing that they're burning CapEx, increasing CapEx is something I'd necessarily want to buy on. That's just my opinion, though.
Rustical, Palantir. So really quickly, let me just finish up here. Meta, when we were talking about this in happy hour yesterday, Meta actually looked like the buyers might step back in. Stay focused. You had actually mentioned this. It looked like maybe the dippers were going to take this back in. I looked at it this morning, and it didn't, it was curling back up to that same level. Didn't really take out any new levels. And then right off the open, this thing just kind of weak. I still think this could make a run at 600. I don't trade this just because I hate this company so much and the product. But I do think this could make a run at 600 here, unless the market really starts to break down. Yeah, you guys were asking about Palantir here real quick. Go ahead, 13.
Edward putting out the 64 billion CapEx figure. They also have 99 or 98 billion operational expenditures. I think that's overall expenses, which is mind-bogglingly huge. That's a lot of money to be putting into expenses. So
yeah,
I have some serious concerns, and I just don't want to own it right now, especially when it's up here after having gone over 620% in a couple of years.
Rustical, Palantir moving off the recent move. Hope you made money with your butterfly, Ryan. Yes, actually still in those flies, up 76% on those. So we're still doing all right. Remember, even if it moves down, you do have the body in which you sold some of those kind of offsets that. Still doing good there. Rye, are you still in your Palantir Jade Lizard? If that's I don't know what a Jade Lizard is. I'm still in the butterfly. I don't know what a Jade Lizard is, though.
Looks like
BFRI halted. Any thoughts on it? Well, you can't trade it while it's halted. This is a penny stock that just kind of halted into a volume pop. What were you going to say?
No, I'll take a look and see. What we just got a sudden spike of volume on this thing. Let's take a look at the news, because that's. If it was okay, now it's open and going higher. 139 is a potential spot it could go to. That is the after hours high from yesterday. Let's see if I can find news while that thing, has its fun.
All right.
Phase 3 results. That's why this is moving.
BFRI is open and popping even higher now. Great job, Crow.
Yeah. 139
here.
139. It's almost there. That's where it's going to. And there it is. Ding ding ding. 139. Let's see if this goes high. Oh, and it's pulling. Perfect. What a great move.
140 and then the pull.
Now, if this goes higher, let's see if we can find some levels. Don't like that one. Let's say 155.
And NVIDIA just break here and flush.
$155 and $2 would be the next upside targets for BFRI if we continue to push up.
Come on, NVIDIA, just break down right here. Just break down right here, and we got this. BFRI continuing to go here. Crow, dude, what a scoop.
Yeah, so 155 could be the next level, and if it goes through that, then $2.
What a scoop.
Phase 3 results. Just be careful. Once phase 3 results, that pull usually is harder than some of those other ones.
All right, so just coming up here, we do have an interview with Zunaid here very, very soon. We're going to be doing that actually in just 1 minute here.
Ooh.
And then we've got a trading show. And then you guys are off to enjoy your Halloween.
Yeah.
So, should be a good one. This has been a good one here so far.
Yeah,
pulling back off that spot now.
Just kind of cycling through some of these, see if there's anything else that's still going. Looks like ASPI still trying to recapture that VWAP. And AT&T, new highs of the day, but it's starting to put in some upper shadows here. So I'm not sure if we're going to get a whole lot of hype off this move. But, we still have the whole day for this to do some stuff. So we'll see. QNCX just broke out. 142 is the new intraday high. Playboy. Not looking like it's, it hasn't hit 150 yet. There's still a potential it could, but MACD looking like it's starting to get a little weak here and could roll over. Might not get that 150. Got pretty close, though. DJT, you guys were mentioning, was breaking down. Hey, what was that level I told you about where it was going to get support? It could get support?
150 on BFRI?
No, DJT.
I don't remember, dude. There's way too many numbers for me to remember all that. 3470 or 3360. Yeah, that was it. Well, that is what it is.
I have a level here that I put in 3341. We hit that exactly.
Don't you love it?
I do.
Don't you love it?
Good morning, fellas. What's going on?
Not much.
Happy Halloween. What you got there,
Halloween.
13?
Oh. Here we are. This is my Link hoodie.
There's more to it. There we go.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay. All right.
I did a thing.
For a second, I thought it was like Buzz Lightyear from Temu. I don't know. It looked a little interesting.
See, chat. Everybody has an
From
opinion.
Temu.
I just want to, I don't know.
Discount Buzz Lightyear. Perfect.
Hey, man,
I've been
listen.
called Gumby. I've been called Kermit. I've been
Listen,
It's actually been pretty awesome.
pretty good.
At least you're dressed up. I like it. I respect it. All right.
Okay,
Any final
Zunaid,
thoughts?
okay,
Well, I wasn't.
Zunaid,
No, I wasn't.
Okay, Zunaid, you're not dressed up either. At least I have a
I
damn
promise when I said that, I was talking about me, and then I realized I looked at your picture and I realized you weren't either. But I promise
I have a lightsaber. You don't. I win.
I have a lovely interview coming up with Alice Chang, who's the CEO of Perfect Core. So that's the way I'm going to transition this. But final thoughts, 13 and Ryan?
Have a happy Halloween, folks. If you did well today, why don't you give yourself an early day off and go carve some pumpkins or maybe get ready to deal out some candy.
Yeah.
Early day off. That sounds nice.
I was going to say 13 is not just good at dressing up. He's also good at carving pumpkins. This is what 13 made last night. And this is what it looks like when the kids are trick-or-treating.
Man.
Get some.
My wife
That's
saw
impressive.
that and she goes, Jesus, that's so you, Joe.
That's impressive. I'm not going to lie. I might have to, I might have to do some last minute carving. I don't know. But all right. Appreciate you guys. We will see you tomorrow. I didn't realize what day it was. But yeah, all right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. So here's what's going on, chat. We're going to go ahead and have a conversation with, like I said, Alice Chang, who's the CEO of Perfect Corp. And then after that, we will go ahead and continue with some live trading action where I'll be going through some charts, some tickers, and some trade ideas for myself as well. Ms. Chang, give me a thumbs up whenever you're ready, and I'll bring you on. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you. I'm glad we're having this conversation. I was talking to Zoltan. He had some great things to say, especially with the highlights of your company for the last 3 months. But, for the folks at home that aren't familiar with Perfect Corp, give us a quick example of what is it that your company does.
Hi, of course. Perfect Corp is a software company focusing on AI for beauty and fashion and skin analysis, skincare. We have two parts of our business model. One is B2B. We have AI, AR, beauty, fashion, skincare tech for multinational brands, retailers. We have been known for our virtual try-on for makeup and jewelry for years, and we have moved into a skincare space with our AI skin diagnostics technology, which can implement it in dermatology office, med spas, and the clinics.
Yeah.
We now have more than 700 global brands around the world and over 800,000 SKUs. And for our B2C part of business, we have a suite of AI app under the name of UCam, as well as an online editor to help all the users to edit, create, enhance all the image and photos and video with all kinds of AI, especially generative AI lately.
Mhm.
So apps available in the app stores.
Yeah.
We have seen a very strong growth rate over the past few years. We have nearly 1 million paying subscribers right now.
Yeah.
That's our two business models.
Let me talk about the growth aspect of it, because I believe, I want to talk about the financial earnings report that you just had, where I think you had an increase of about 11% in terms of revenue. I think it came in about 16.1 million for the past 3 months that ended on September 30th. What has kind of fueled that growth for like a 11% growth?
Yeah, so the financial numbers for Q3 and this quarter and up to Q3 from Q1 is pretty good. Double-digit growth in Q3, 11% up to 16 million revenue. And we also have yielded operating efficiencies to have a net income of 2.5 million and very positive operating cash flow of 4.2 million. For the 3 quarters, we reach 44%, 12.5% revenue, percent growth of 44 million revenue, net income of 3.9 million, and a positive operating cash flow of 9.8 million. So aside of our strong performance, we believe we also have a very long run for growth, both within our current verticals and also in new verticals.
All right, now, and then so you have, the growth aspect of it that you mentioned as well, that you've already kind of accomplished. Let's talk about what's to come. So any anticipation in terms of what's going to fuel the growth in the coming quarters, or anything in the pipeline that folks can kind of look forward to, whether that's in the B2B aspect of it or any other parts of the business?
Yes, B2C apps, we developed a lot of generative AI technology into it, and it got very, very welcomed by the end user. So you can see the big growth of the B2C apps and the online editors. For B2B, because we keep on developing new AI, besides of jewelry, makeup, virtual try-on, skin diagnosis is the blue ocean we just entered last year.
Yeah.
And the brand also face some, especially beauty and jewelry brand, they are facing headwinds from microeconomies, like in China situation weakening. But in a skincare, aesthetic market has a big growth there. So for our B2B, the growth engine this year, besides of the high renewal rate, the growth engine will be in a skincare part.
Gotcha. Okay. And then when you have, competition is something I want to talk about as well, because are there any, like, what kind of gives your company the advantage over your competitors in this space? Because you do quite a bit, right? You have a bunch of different ways to bring in revenue and serve and the bottom lines and things like that. So how do you make sure that you're always one step ahead in terms of competition?
For every technology company, you always need to develop the new things and to the compare with the whole market, you got to be leading to rest of the competitors. In our B2B part, for beauty, for jewelry, for skin analysis, we are by far the leader in the market. So keep on improving, enhancing. We'll make our technology to the customers, to the brands, retailers, very sticky. And not to mention about the new growing market, emerging market, that's a skincare. That's a big growth market. Yeah. And also because the B2B app, the end user, the consumer, is very sensitive to the things you can provide, every new services you can add into the app. So the only way to keep us leading the competition is keep on building the barrier of all the AI. I call this AI competition barrier. The more you build, especially lately, the generative AI moving very, very fast. And we need to catch up and also lead the wave to our competitors and also serve our customers in B2B and also for B2C.
And then it's always good to kind of, especially in the world of AI, where things are always changing, not just in terms of competitors, but also just in terms of technology, where you have to kind of stay ahead of the game because you never know what type of innovations and partnerships are coming up as well. Any updates on your existing partnerships? Are I know you're a publicly traded company, so there are certain things you can't speak on, so I understand that. But if you're able to, any updates on the existing partnerships, any potential ones coming down the pipeline, anything that our investors or viewers rather can look forward to in the future?
Yes, but for B2B business, partner is the most important key for our growth. We provided software not only to the brand, but also to retailers such as Walmart. We have seen, since the initiation period of Walmart in 2023, we have seen extremely positive receptions for our solutions and have since expanded our partnership to additional brands under the Walmart umbrella and more services to come. We aim to penetrate the new growing market in skincare and aesthetic simulation. And that will be one of the key success factors for our B2B. For our B2C, that's AI, and the AI, all the new AI technologies implementing in our app, and do all the digital marketing to increase the active paying subscribers for our B2C sector.
It seems like you guys do quite a bit and you're doing it well as well. As I mentioned, you had, 11% growth in terms of the total revenue, which was 16.1 million for the 3 months ending on September 30th, compared to the 14.5 million in the same period last year as well. Ms. Chang, we've talked a lot about a lot of different things in terms of partnerships, the technology, the competitive edge, and also the financial highlights of your quarter. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk to our viewers about that I didn't get a chance to bring up?
Yes, Perfect Corp has been there for 9 years. Since day one, we are using AI. And now it's more AI. AI, especially nowadays, the generative AI is a game changer to not only the end user, solving the pain point of the end user, making them can do something they can never do before. And now for the brand, for B2B, it's the same thing. All the brands originally they cannot directly engage with the customers, and now with AI, everything they can do using our software, and they can engage in directly with their customers, give them AI recommendations. I think that's the game changer, and AI is our key for the future growth. We will keep on doing it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you as well. Hope you have a great time. If you've got a sweet tooth as well, that is Alice Chang, who is the CEO of Perfect Corp. Ticker on the NYSE is PERF. Ms. Chang, thank you again for your time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, chat, we're going to go. It's always interesting, especially in the beauty space. It's not a lot that you get to talk to companies that are in the AI and technology aspect of it. And, I highly recommend that you check out Perfect Corp. Do your own due diligence. They had a great quarter, saw increases not just in revenue, but also in gross profit as well. They saw an increase of about 9.6% there, net income of 2.5 million. was something of, something to keep in mind there as well. All right, we are going to now go ahead and move on to the final part of the show, which is where I will be going over some trade ideas. So let me go ahead and share my charts here. Skippity ba ba ba, skippity ba ba ba. And of course, if you guys have tickers that you would like for me to go over, I am more than happy to. Please just call them out. All right, let's rock and roll. Take a look at a couple of things, but one of them I want to look at is DJT. And by the way, if you guys haven't already, I highly recommend to go ahead and sign up for our trading competition that we're having. It's with TradeZero, so it's our trading competition placed on TradeZero's platform. We have, we're giving out money. We've got here. Let me share this tab real quick. So it's a World Championship of Trading. We're already done with contest number 1. Where you can see Andrea, looks like she's the one who's going to be getting the money. She's going to get about $5,000. She has to verify a couple of things on the back end. And then, of course, contest number 2 has already kicked off, but you can still sign up, though. We're right in the middle of it. You can still sign up where the first place winner is going to get $10,000. I feel like I had money here somewhere to throw in front of the camera, but make sure you guys sign up. Would really help us out. Now go ahead. See, my producers think they're funny. My producers think they're funny because I just got this little, you know what? Hold on. I don't know if I can throw his whole full name up there, so I won't do that, but I will share this. See, this is why. If you guys are ever wondering, hey, why doesn't Zunaid come on anymore? It's because I get messages like this. It's because I get messages like this. How mean is this? So rude. Hurting my self-esteem left and right. That's insane. Also, a joke as old as time, but I appreciate it. Thank you, whoever that producer is. All right, back to what I was saying. Important things in life. Contest number 2, $10,000 to the first place winner, $2,000 to second place, and $1,000 to third place. Of course, you also get access to Benzinga Pro and a lunch on us. You also get a tour of the NYSE. So a lot of great things happening there. And the biggest thing, though, one of the biggest reasons you should go ahead and sign up is because we have $15,000 that are going to be deposited into your TradeZero broker account if you win. And that starts November 15th. So you still have 2 weeks to sign up for contest number 3. But if you sign up now, you can also compete in contest number 2. If you have any questions, email me, zunaid@benzinga.com. All right, cool. Let's get it. DJT. Here's why I wanted to talk about this ticker. We'll go out to the 30-minute. You guys know I love my whole numbers of $50. So let's go ahead and find $50 right there. Look how beautifully. Don't laugh at that. Don't laugh at that. Don't laugh at him. Don't encourage this behavior. All right. You guys know I love my whole numbers. And take a look at what's happening at the $50 mark, or what did happen. You had pop up, you had support on Tuesday. Then you had a drop down on Wednesday. In pre-market, you tried to test $50, rejected it. In the regular session, you had it test $50, rejected it. To me, I would have definitely been going short here at 50. Matter of fact, I did. And then I would have had a stop loss of $2. I think my stop loss was about $2.50. Unfortunately for me, I sold at around 46 and I was done. I was out of the trade. I didn't go ahead and wait patiently for the whole move itself. But I wanted to cover this so you guys can see that we have whole numbers and different trade ideas that you always want to pay attention to no matter what. Now, this is obviously a stock that you've got to keep in mind with the election coming up, in less than a week. Exciting times, by the way, and I say exciting very loosely because it's also a lot of hardship, not just around the world, but also here in our home country of America. But let me move on from that before I say something here. So you've got DJT. Now it's coming down. So look, you had support and resistance at $50. Then you go ahead and come on down here, and you had support here at 43, right? I call it $44. You had support on Tuesday. You come back here on Wednesday. You get support at that same level again. Then you get a crack. This is a 30-minute chart, by the way. And then you come back, and at that same level that used to be support is now acting as resistance. Not just yesterday, but then you come back to today. And in pre-market, once again, that same level of about $44, you have acting as resistance. And then you have it acting as resistance again when the market opens itself. And now to the downside we come. So that's something I definitely did want to go ahead and cover. As a matter of fact, let's see if we've got a bit of a trend line that I can draw. Can I draw some crayons here? Oh, kind of. It's not perfectly to there, but definitely some good trading ideas here. Now let's see. Okay, so that's the past that I wanted to cover in terms of support turning into resistance, resistance turning into support. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a look at what trade ideas can we actually execute on today. The one that comes to mind for me is going to be this level right here. So 30. Oh, well, what do you know? It already kind of is right there at the moment. And the reason is because you have support, or you had resistance here that turn into support, that turn into support. We'll see if it holds on to support around here again, around this $33 area, or if we get a bounce and maybe a touch back up to VWAP. Let's see where VWAP is. So VWAP is all the way near about 37. So I'd be curious if we get a little bit of a test of VWAP and then reject again, or what ends up happening there. But this is a stock that is absolutely in play for the election. And if you think that, you know, former President Donald Trump is going to be our president, then this stock, I would believe, will see a nice little pump leading up to November 5th, the next week on Tuesday. So something to keep in mind. I know the betting markets have been crazy. You know, you can legally now bet on the election as well. So you've got Kalshi, that's one of them. But I've been paying attention to it. It's interesting. Fun stuff to talk about after we wrap up this show, perhaps. But let me get some tickers. Let me get some tickers in the chat that you guys want me to go over. But that's one that I really wanted to cover because there's a lot of good learnings, a lot of good trade ideas that you could have executed on DJT. I'm going to go ahead and move to the futures here for a second. Let's see, when was this? Yeah, okay, I would not have traded that regardless. Got the little pop. Let's see on the 15. And then you would have had that. Let it drag out. Yep. Slam it at home. Let's see. I see producer Aaron Thomas in the back. Aaron, if you want to come on the show, say hello, man. You're welcome to. I don't know if you're at your desk, but sometimes our producer Aaron Thomas just flicks his camera on and off. All right, let's see. Oh, Robinhood, by the way, they went ahead and reported earnings. So this is interesting. Robinhood, unfortunately, did not have the type of growth and explosion that I guess the market was hoping for. And I'm not just talking about expectations, but in terms of reactions to the stock. Maybe people got a little bit too ahead of what they were hoping to get out of Robinhood's quarter. I think also you had such a nice run up. I mean, this stock was what, $14, I believe? Yeah, $14 just a couple of months ago, back in August 5th. And it's had a nice run up. So, of course, not surprised people want to take some profits as the quarter may not have gone how they would have liked. That's 100% run up that we saw from the lows in August in Robinhood. I do like the stock long term. They have some, interesting things that they talked about. So the stock itself, I do like it long term. GameStop, let's take a look at GameStop. Nothing for me to personally enjoy here, but you do have a nice support level at $20 if it did want to come back down. But you also have support here at 22, right there. So you had resistance at 22. Now it's kind of trying to hold that resistance area. Yes, I did, Elon. I did. Yes, I did. And unfortunately, I sold a little bit too early. I gotta lie to you. I think I've been saying that. I've sold it a little bit too early. DJT reversing. Let's take a look at that. DJT. By the way, is Carmen still in the chat? I don't know if she left. But Carmen, if you are, let me know. I've got a question for you. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I would be interested to see if this 33 is going to hold or not. Matter of fact, let me also, since it's just me, sometimes I need some music in the back, There we go. got that there. I'm just calculating a couple of things. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get back to the comments, see if there are any tickers. Oh, by the way, tomorrow I need to figure out some things. We have some interesting things that we're working on. One of them, we have an interview tomorrow. I'm gonna have to finalize some things internally and externally as well with Sebastian, who is on the leaderboard of not just the TradeZero competition, which again, make sure you guys sign up, $5,000 to the first place verified winner and $15,000 for contest number 3. But Sebastian is also a viewer of ours on the Benzinga shows and things like that. So it'll be awesome to kind of get a chance to interview not just someone who's on the leaderboard, but also someone from our community in the chat that watches the show and supports us as well. So I'm excited to interview him tomorrow. And of course, you see Andrea, she won contest number 2, and she's now in second place for contest number 2. So rocked it in contest number 1, now looking to get back in contest number 2. That's awesome. I'm excited to talk to her if that's how things go. But you've got some new faces here as well so far. Again, make sure you guys sign up. I'll put the link in the chat for you guys to check out as well. All right, let me get back to my charts here. Let's take a look. Any other trade ideas? Let's see what we've got on in Microsoft. All right, Ken, you asked for Microsoft, and it is Microsoft that we shall try to dissect. Obviously, they got a bit of a gap right up there. So if it does go ahead and break above, say 416, I would keep an eye on it in case it does want to go ahead and fill the gap. But let's see what else we can maybe find. About 388 for support there. Yeah, I mean, you have... The question is, are you going to find support at this 405 level? Because at the moment, it seems like they are, right? You're starting to see a little bit of a bounce. If you are going to try to play this on a reject, I would do it near VWAP. So maybe around, like, say, 410, 409.75 or so. My stop loss would be about 412, so I'm risking about $1.50 or so. And then I would see if it wants to come right back down. But that's what I've currently got there. Earnings on Microsoft right there. They went ahead and looked like, according to this information, they had a little bit of beat. But yeah, that's kind of what I've got. If you get near VWAP around 410, call it 409.75, I would look to go short. Stop loss would be about 412 or so, and then see if it wants to come back down and knock on the door to 406. Or you can try to go long near 405, not right now because it's at 408, and then stop loss would be like 403. Or you wait for the break of 405, and then on the retest, you might get a chance to go short with a stop loss $2 above and profits near 400. For me personally, that's the way that I would go ahead and play MSFT Microsoft. Oh, what's happening with MSTR? No, not MSTR, SMCI, excuse me. Oh, we are just going lower and lower. Okay. You can see, actually, I took this trade yesterday, which is why you see my stop losses on this one. So I went short yesterday, got the 1-to-1, then I got the 2-to-1 later on in the day. And now, I mean, I kind of wish I held it, but obviously I didn't. But just to the downside we go. X stables, show jumping horses. All right. Appreciate you being a new member. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. I'm a little scared to check out the channel. Man, a lot of just gaps here. Let's see what else we can find on this one. So 2271. That's what I've got as a bigger support on 2271. Maybe around 25 as well, like 25, 23. I personally would, I mean, this is always going to be kind of like a short for me unless we get some positive news on it. But this was another one of those where like the sentiment is so negative on a stock that you just wait for it to test previous levels and you go ahead and take it short. So for example, for me on this one, it was VWAP, right? So it popped above VWAP, which was interesting. I didn't expect it to. But then when it failed below VWAP at 1030, I went ahead and took this one short. Stop loss for me, as you can see, was at about 36.50, and then we let it play out for some gains. But I did not hold it all the way down. All right. Any other tickers you guys want me to take a look at? Let's see. Let's see. Tested here. Okay, let's check out AMD. Solid long on AMD. Tested the trend line at 145. Good luck. All right, let's check it out. I'm curious here. Let me go ahead and kind of take away all these drawings. I'm curious which trend line, like where your trend line was. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure where your trend line was, but I'm probably not looking at the chart the way you were. But you're long off of the 145. You did get above VWAP, so that's good. I'd be interested in seeing how this candle closes on the 15. We've got about 2:30 left to go, 2:50 left to go, 3 minutes just under. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure how I would go ahead and play this. As a matter of fact, I think this is actually something that would give me a little bit of trouble. Is you've got the pre-market lows. Will it act as resistance? At the moment, it seems like it is, but will it continue to act like resistance around this 146 level, you know? Let's check out BFRI. Ooh, wow. BFRI with a nice pop. Has not halted yet, though. Keep an eye on 243. That's another resistance area that I can see on this one. Let's check out Uber. Uber had some, what was it? There's some company, I think it was Tesla, that when they had talked about their, when they reported earnings, I think Uber had taken a little bit of a hit just because of like robo-taxis and whatnot. But I could have sworn there's another company that was looking to get in the space as well. You know what I always find interesting is obviously Uber has Uber Eats, which by the way, I'm a little embarrassed to show y'all my Uber Eats order history because it is often and it is not healthy, obviously. I don't know about you guys, but I eat my feelings quite a bit, and there was a phase where I would just have like Panda Express, like just the whole time. I think like 4 straight days I would just have Panda Express. It wasn't good. It wasn't healthy, but it is what it is. What I was saying though was I'm interested to know why Lyft never tried to go into the food delivery space. Like why is there no Lyft Eats or whatever, or Lyft Treats? Hey, that's a fun one. I don't know. Maybe the business economics obviously didn't make sense, but that's always something that I've wondered is why Lyft never tried to enter that space themselves. Man, this used to be like a $60 stock? No, it used to be at the IPO an $88 stock. Even hit the highs. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm going to check out NVIDIA. I haven't checked out NVIDIA in a minute. Little double tap there, way back in the 2021 days. Let's go ahead and check out NVIDIA. NVDA. Now I'm just drawing stuff at this point. I had someone, I remember, tell me that shorting NVIDIA near the highs was a bad idea. And all I said was you just gotta wait for a little bit of break. Just wait for a little bit of break and you try to get some points off of it. That's all it is. Yeah, I'm not sure I'd play NVIDIA either. Just not as clean for me as I would ideally like. All right, okay, here's Tesla coming into the 250 area. Ooh, it just couldn't touch it quite. Missed it by about 70 cents. What do you guys think? Do we break below 250 today on Tesla? Let me know in the chat. Above or below? Where does Tesla close by the end of day? Tomorrow. Let's go tomorrow because today's Thursday. I don't know why today feels like a Friday to me. AMD is the only one above VWAP. Let's see. I'd react for you off of that. Oh, okay, cool. See, it's there at the moment where I have my resistance. It's testing it right now again. This candle's got about 12 minutes to close above. Roots. Okay, what is happening with this ticker? All right, Nino 0912. I see you spamming the ticker root. I'm watching it. You've got my attention. Now tell me a little bit about what levels you have on this one. Let me actually find. I want to see how this $100 level holds up. If I was looking to go short, I would wait for this break below VWAP, whether it's on the 5-minute or the 15. The 15 is still 11 minutes away from close. Okay, so you did have the 100 hold at the moment. If I were to go long here, which I don't think I would. I don't know, maybe small size just because if you got to scratch an itch. And my stop loss would be like $5 or so. My stop loss would be like right here, so 97. So call it $6 to $7 would be my stop loss. But again, it's not something that I would. So it's like a killer setup to me. Because for the past 5 15-minute bars, you have made lower highs. So lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, kind of lower highs. Let's see. The high of this is approximately 110.50. This is 110.31. So yes, lower highs and possible lower highs here as well. Is Roots done for the day? All right, chat. One more ticker that you guys want to give me, feel free to, and then I'm going to go ahead and bounce for the day. Make sure you guys come back to Benzinga for the earnings lineup that we have. Matter of fact, let me quickly tell you the earnings that we are covering. We've got 5 p.m. We've got Apple. We've also got, I believe it's Intel at 5 p.m. and also Amazon today at 5 p.m. as well. And of course, if you guys did want to check out the earnings, transcript, we have those services as well. So make sure you guys check those out for us. There's a whole transcript. You can go ahead and scan that QR code and we'll get you taken care of. And of course, don't forget about the trading competition. Cannot stress this enough. Some exciting stuff happening here as we are continuing to host our second trading competition, contest number 2, where first place winner gets a chance to walk away with $10,000 deposited into their account, which then you can just go ahead and cash out if you wanted to, right? It's completely up to you. And then the biggest one is contest number 3. There's no reason for y'all to not have contest number 3, something that you're going to try to get $15,000 for. Easy, simple, but that's what we've got on deck there as well. All right, I'm going to see if you guys have any tickers in the next minute, but here's Roots. Trying to break below VWAP. I'd be curious if it breaks below VWAP, how many people will just hit their stop losses, and then maybe we get like a little bit of a flush, a little bit of a knife, if you will. Because think about it, you've got the whole number, you've got VWAP, you know? Let's go to AMD real quick. Ooh, all right. Come on, Elon. Hope you're making some money. Elon, I hope you're making some money. I know you got it at the 405 off of the VWAP bounce. Way to go. Now it's looking to break above the previous low on pre-market. So that's looking good for you. Have you taken your gains, Elon? Have you taken your gains? Thank you, Vera Child. I appreciate it. Where's your nice comment? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's been a while since I've, just to come on and talk charts with y'all. Maybe one stream we can just talk about whatever. Appropriately, of course, Again, trying to keep my job, man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Elon, is it going to get above and stay 146 though? Is it going to stay above 146 though? Am I trick-or-treating later? I am not. I am not trick-or-treating. I have a beautiful nephew that was just born less than 3 weeks ago, and it's Diwali. So happy Diwali to anyone who celebrates. So I might actually go to my cousin's place after work and see the baby. I also, by the way, this is completely kind of unrelated to stocks, but you know, I've got a couple of things that I wanted to accomplish by the end of the year. I haven't. And so now it's like, all right, you got 2 months, folks. You've got 2 months. Whatever your bucket list was for New Year's, whatever it is that you're trying to change in life, whether it's financially, trading wise, weight loss, you know, mental health, yoga, whatever it may be, you've got 2 months. So if you guys want to change something, you're welcome to let me know. You're welcome to kind of email me too. I don't know, we can hold each other accountable, but I'm going to start to cook a little bit more and things like that. So I actually just ordered some Instacart to get like the groceries and things like that, because tomorrow there's no more Panda Express. Tomorrow it's just us cooking. All right, let's see. Pace myself 100%. You know, actually, something. Okay, here's one thing. You know, we have like these big goals, but it's like, how are you measuring these big goals? By the way, the reason I'm on AMD is because I want to see if it goes. Matter of fact, there are two charts that I want to look at. It's AMD and also Root, because I believe it's going to come below 100, and there it is. Okay, so these are two tickers that we're going to keep an eye on. But no, for me, the way that I'm going to try to like at least lose, my goal is to lose 10 pounds by the end of the year. So 5 pounds per month. I think that's very reasonable. I think it's very doable. Is I'm going to get at least 10,000 steps every single day, starting November 1st. So November 1st to December 31st, 10,000 steps. I think that's possible. I've got a little bit of a standing desk here. You know, you go outside. Sydney doesn't like the music. All right, Sydney, tell you what, just for you, I will change the music. I don't know how good this is, but yeah, if you guys want, if you're a community, you're welcome to email me your goals or whatever you have, and maybe we can kind of hold each other accountable. My email address is zunaid@benzinga.com. There you go. But I wish you guys the best of luck. Happy Halloween. Stay safe out there. And again, if you would like for a chance to win some money, go ahead and join the trading competition that we're hosting alongside our partnership with TradeZero. I'll place it in the chat once again. Contest number 2 ongoing, but you can still sign up where you can have a chance to win $10,000 if you place first. And of course, the biggest one is $15,000, and it's completely free to sign up. Not a single penny do you need to put down. It is 100% risk-free, and we'd love for you to join us. That's the leaderboard at the moment for contest number 2. All right, chat. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Best of luck in your trades. It looks like Root might be coming down below 100. AMD hopefully gets to the proper targets of Elon. We appreciate all of you genuinely. Stay safe. Happy Halloween, and we'll see y'all back again tomorrow. And again, don't forget, today, earnings, though. We're going to cover it. Apple, Amazon, Intel. And, of course, tomorrow, join us for pre-market prep as well.